On this podcast, I had a conversation with winners of the essay competition convened by Preserved Childhood Foundation, whose leader is Mrs Linda Nnodiogu. They were invited to our station, Radio Sapienza 95.3 FM Onitsha, where I had this important conversation with them. And I thought to bring it here on Omar's Diary 360, where I chronicle my journey as a broadcast and social impact journalist. I believe you're going to be inspired after listening to this all-important conversation I had with these amazing and adorable teenagers. Do take a listen and enjoy it.
She too fine. She gets that.
Glad to have you join us. It's amazing. I have a lot of people looking at me here, and I'm just wondering, do they want to eat me? It's not even possible. You are in my domain. You can't eat me. Okay, so today on the program, we are hosting winners of Preserved Childhood Foundation, a background. Childhood Foundation was founded by Mrs. Linda Nnodiogu. It is an amazing foundation that I think her focal point is on child safety, right? She intends to ensure that children are preserved. Her message is more about preserving the innocence of children, bringing out information and message that will empower the child. And she's been doing amazing well and amazing beautiful. Of course, you all know Linda. She's been here and she's still here. She's with us. She will have time to talk. But on November 22nd, there was a Childhood Foundation, that's the Preserved Childhood Foundation. They had an essay competition, and there were four winners, right? Four people. And today, in the live studios of Radio Sapienza 95.3 FM Onitsha, we have the winners, because they'll be sharing their experiences from the essay competition. They'll be sharing what they learned from the summit, because it was the Child Safety, Our Collective Responsibility Summit that was held last year. We have Anthony Ifeanyichukwu Ononkwo, right?
Yes.
Okay, from Learning Field International. He was actually the person that took the first position, right? Welcome to the live studios of Radio Sapienza.
Thank you very much.
We also have Eze Obiora Opukwe from Marist Comprehensive Nteje, right?
Yes.
Glad to have you join us.
Thank you.
And the third person, what is your name? You have to introduce yourself by yourself.
My name is Udoye Ifoma Florence.
Udoye Ifoma Florence. What's the name of your school?
I'm from Holy Rosary Girls College in Subi.
Okay, and you took the third position, right?
Yes.
Glad to have you join us.
Thank you.
And the third person is Okoli Chikaima, right? Stephanie from Rock Foundation GRA. Glad to have you join us. You're welcome to the live studios of Radio Sapienza. How do you feel? Relax, you're too tense. Oh, relax, calm down. How do you feel being here?
I feel very happy.
You feel happy, right? How do you feel?
I feel great.
Are you sure you feel great?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Well, I'm good.
Okay, and Ifoma Udoye, how do you feel? Privilege, that's good. So you may just have to come closer to the mic. So let's start with you. We just have to be as fast as possible, right? We have to come closer to the mic so we can hear you. Okay, come closer to the mic. Okay, so let's start very quickly. What's been your experience like since after you won the essay competition? Since you participated, 2 questions in one. What's been your experience since you participated in the essay competition and you won? What's been the experience like? Let's start with you, Anthony Ifeanyichukwu.
My experience since I won.
Come closer to the mic.
First of all, I would say I've been good, and the essay competition and summit broadened my view about child safety. I have always been this kind of person who kind of feel like child abuse is not sort of the.
That it's not serious.
No, it's not serious. It's not about being sort of the trend. It's not the trending issue. It's not what is not talked about all the time. I mean, people talk about social media. They talk about marriages, but they don't talk about social child safety. So after that, I became someone who is currently aware, always aware of child safety. Who is aware that a child can actually be molested by someone who is an adult who should
protect them.
Protect the child. So it's broadened my view. It made me aware, and I'm still aware up to now.
Good, good.
That there are some kind of things that an adult will begin to share. I will feel like, where are you landing to?
Ooh.
So that's my experience, and
like it broadened your horizon.
yes.
You can see things differently, right?
Yes.
Beautiful. Let's come to you, Obiora. What changed? What's your experience like?
Well,
Come
thank you
closer
very
to the
much
mic.
for that question. Ever since the summit that took place last year, concerned with child safety, I've been on the lookout for other possible victims of abuse, not just sexual abuse that everyone is always waiting for. There can be emotional abuse, there's physical abuse, yes. And then in the boarding school, you see junior students that their senior students just take advantage of them because they are obviously smaller than them. So when I'm in school, I try to look out for these things.
Beautiful.
Talk to my mates and like shun
Wow.
them. Like,
Wow.
this is wrong.
That's impact. That's impact. Let's come to you, Okoli Chikaima.
Yes, ma'am.
What's been your experience like?
Well, you see, as a girl child, I am very liable to this problem.
Okay.
Because wherever I go and they say that I'm alone and I'm vulnerable, they would want to take advantage of me or something like that. So after that summit, I've been on my toes.
Oh.
Like, I've been very alert.
Great.
So when I sense such negative energy around me, I'll be able to respond faster. I talk to my mom, my sister, because at the back of the Preserved Childhood Foundation book, it was said, make sure you have an adult, someone you can talk to. So I talk to my mom, my teachers, not really my teachers, and my sister as well. And also my younger sister, I keep a lookout for her.
Good.
Because she's growing up and she's growing very big, very big. So I advise her. Like recently she told me something about abuse in our school, and I advised her. I told her, she like, can I explain it?
Go on.
Okay, she said that some boys were parked in one kind of field, and she was trying to pass, and then some of them like rubbing their bodies against her. And so I told her, Chazo, if you see such a thing, don't just try to follow that place. You go through another way. You know, it's maybe foolishness. Your friends maybe, why are you afraid of boys? You shouldn't be afraid of boys. You're fellow human beings. But some of them will want to take that advantage of us, which is very wrong. So I told her, dear, when you see such things, don't fight them. You don't have to talk back. Just do something to avoid it.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm just having goosebumps all over me hearing all of you. Let's come to you, Doye Former. What has changed? What has been your experience so far?
I felt happy winning.
Okay.
And when I went home, everyone were just so excited. They wanted to know what the essay was all about, what the winning was all about. And then I used that opportunity to enlighten them. Good. To tell them their roles and how to safeguard every student, not just my sister, not just those around me, but every other person about this problem, this havoc, child abuse. So I used this medium to also tell every other child there that she should be on the lookout. Good. Especially the girl child. And I also, after the competition and the winning, I'm from a feminine school, like it's only girls' school. So I used that opportunity. Everyone was just so curious, they wanted to know what the thing was all about. So I just started enlightening all of them on all their roles. Beautiful. And then the teachers, I also told them, the teachers that mattered, those that wanted to ask me what the thing was all about. So I told them. So.
Beautiful. In case if you're just joining us right now, we are with winners of the Preserved Childhood Foundation essay competition that was held last year, 22nd of November. Remember, the convener is Mrs. Linda Nnodiogu, and I'm so excited listening to them share their experience. Now let's come to the essay. What inspired you while you were writing your essay? We're going to start from you, Okoli Chikaima. Let's start from you. What inspired you?
Okay, well, I talked about my sister in the first aspect, but there was this friend of mine who told me that while she was young, at 5, she was molested sexually. Oh, wow. And it touched me a lot. I was very sad. And I tried to, like, it impacted a very great trauma. She was so traumatized. Although she was like the holy type, but she broke down in tears, telling me that it haunted her. And then I had to advise her. So while I was told that I was going to write this essay, I saw it as some kind of a medium to pour my heart out.
Oh.
To tell them that this is wrong. Because we have so many menacing problems in Nigeria. Corruption, bribery, and the rest of them. Vandalization. But they don't really look at that child safety aspect. It is very insignificant, but we need to put our hands on the deck to stop it.
Yeah.
It is something that we don't really find.
We don't talk more about.
Exactly.
And it should be at the front burner. We should be discussing it to preserve the child.
Yes.
Beautiful. You know, knowing that you are inspired by a life experience is really amazing. Let's come to you, Eze Obiora. What inspired you when you were writing your essay?
Well, when I heard about the topic, I was like, finally, an issue worth writing about. Because
An issue what writing about. Beautiful. Go on.
When you surf the net nowadays or go on social media, you see numerous cases of people that have been abused in very different ways. Some people do not even have the courage to speak up.
Yeah.
Some people, even after speaking up, nobody still comes to their aid. So I started writing this essay as a way of contributing my own opinion and the various ways that many entities such as the child, parents, school and government can assist in promoting child safety and preventing this problem
from coming up in the first place, right? Okay, let's come to you, Doyi Foma.
Okay. My inspiration while writing the essay was that the main inspiration came from the fact that some of these wicked perpetrators of this crime still get away without being punished. Some of them still get away without being punished. So I saw this medium as a way to express my anger, sort of. So I felt that since the governments are meant to be enlightened on their roles, so I focused more on that.
Okay.
And also the teachers, that some teachers are also perpetrators of this crime. Yes.
True, she's saying the
Some
truth.
teachers are also perpetrators of this crime. And even the parents, some parents are not on the lookout. So I just saw it as a very wonderful medium to just pour out my mind.
Amazing.
And it also gave me this opportunity to also read about some sexually abused children and the emotional trauma they face, even mental trauma they face. So it was really bad. So that was the main inspiration
For
that
you.
they get away with this crime.
Wow.
And the stories were so touching. And the fact is that some of the abusers were from the family. Some were from the family. And because it's from the family, the child won't be able to speak out. The child won't want to speak out because his dad is
I see
wrong.
you're so passionate about this.
Yes, it's really touching.
Do you intend to start a club in your school?
Start
Because
a
it's
club.
part,
If I get the opportunity, I will start it.
really? That'd be nice. It's not about getting. Can you just tell your principal that you want to start something on child safety, to start talking about it in your school?
Yes.
That not just to her, to every one of you, right? You are now ambassadors, right? You can now start, because you're so passionate about it from what you've been saying. So you can now start a club in your school where you can talk to other children to know about it, right? Is that a deal? Is that a deal? Good, beautiful, great. So tips for writing essays. Oh yeah, Anthony, go on please.
My inspiration, if I answer that question, I would say that I kind of disagree with the notion that only girls are liable to shout.
Did anybody say girls are liable?
Someone said that.
I beg it.
And I just feel like, no, there is this kind of food that that kind of notion also contributes to the way child sexual abuse is being prevalent in
Okay.
because we teach them that only girls are those who are being harassed, and
And
then boys just kind of feel like, okay, you are kind of my opportunity, my prey, so I have to use you. And I just feel like we need to tell them that boys and girls are molested.
Good.
And that boys are molested, girls are molested. And that should also kind of instill in the boy child while growing up that a girl can actually molest her, and also in the girl child that a boy can actually molest her. And when we have this kind of balance, I feel like everybody will be conscious of everybody. Because now, in the world of now, the girls are only conscious of boys, but the boys are not conscious of girls. If I should come now to a girl, the girl will not kind of, before the girl will always have this kind of notion that okay, I'm coming to do something. Do you understand? But when a girl kind of we just kind of teach them that girls are kind of object and that are object of child sexual abuse. But you need to teach them that boys and girls can be molested. And also, to what inspired me to write this essay, I think I'm a love of language. I feel like the way language is being used, the power of language, the grasping of language, and the dissection of language, I think they are very important. And also, I feel like there's some kind of things in Nigeria that are being kind of swept under the carpet that we need to talk about, and they are not being. We don't talk about them. When I was writing that essay, I have a lot of stories to write. Like I said, I have a lot of things to write. I had about 1,500 words. Okay. And I just wanted to keep writing. But that's similar.
But you remembered it was 750.
And I just had to pick the interesting points.
Okay.
So my inspiration,
you have a lot of things to say. I love that. I love that you have a lot of things to say, and you're part of this awareness. Maybe in your school, when you get to your school, you have a club, right, to create awareness. Because I love the angle you came from, the fact that all of us, we've made the girls the objects. That girls can be molested and boys can be molested as well. So when we're talking about child sexual abuse, it's not just to the girls. We should also talk about the boy child as well, because they too go through trauma. They too go through a lot of a molested boy child will end up molesting others. Right? Good. Okay, so what is the role? Now let's get to the essay proper. What's the role of the child, the parents, and the school in prevention of child sexual abuse? Let's start with you, Anthony.
The role of the parents in terms of technology. In normal Nigerian African sort of mentality, we only check our parents and our children's phone. Parents maybe during exam time. That's when we have the time to collect.
Did you say we check our children? Let me tell you. Our children supposed. Do you have a phone?
Yes, I do.
You do!
For importance, for research.
For research!
Because I want to.
Because you want to! Oh my goodness!
I use my phone for a good cause.
Oh my! Are you serious?
Yes.
So you actually think secondary school should own phones? Below 18 years should own phones? Do you think so?
I think it depends on the condition.
Okay, it depends on the condition.
On what is done.
Okay.
Because if I should kind of start advocating for that every child should have phone, I have a classmate of mine who doesn't.
Okay, beautiful. That you've answered my question. But how often do you use your phone?
I have some time.
You? Can you speak out so I can hear?
My mother has a sort of a wall where she screen time.
Okay, screen time. She controls it for you. Yeah. So it's as if she gives it to you. She controls your screen time.
Honest, I feel like all parents should do that.
Okay.
Not only exam week, then you now kind of collect it and then keep it on top of the wardrobe, and then after exam you can bring it back. No, every time you need to be, and I think that helps.
I like you. Okay, so your point is that you believe parents should monitor what their children do.
And also the child speak up. Just speak up. That's just everything. Just speak up.
Speak up.
Try and don't when he tells you I'm going to kill you. Tell the person the way he said he's going to kill me, and then they're going to do something. Don't just feel like if you speak out. And also, in the other hand, I feel like it's not only about speaking out, but about doing something. Because if after the child speaks out and then nothing is being done, I feel like both the child is a something risk, and I feel like one case can lead to the other. If there should be one case in Anambra today, and then it's not being treated, that person is being kind of go away, nothing. And then you get to Abia 3. Anywhere, just 4 or 5, and then it becomes a kind of a norm, a culture that when a child is being abused, then nothing will be done about it.
Interesting. Okay, let's come to you, Ifamudoye. What's the role of the child, parents, and school in prevention of child sexual abuse?
I feel like every child should just speak up. When you don't speak up, you are not heard, you will not be helped. So every child should just say it out. Just be free and just say it out. Then report every suspicious behavior from any adults or anybody in particular, whether family member or not. Just report it to a trusted adult or to the appropriate authority. Then for the parents, I feel like, you see, some parents are just so strict that their children are even too scared to come and meet them. So when you're this kind of parent, even if I was your child, I'm not even tell you. So, as a
all of you are concurring. They are saying,
I will.
as a parent, you're meant to encourage open communication with your children. Let them be you should be their diary.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
You should be that person that they will always run to. And you should, as a parent, even if you have to give your child a phone, I think this parental guidance is very important.
Okay.
So you should just install it in their phone so that whatever they are doing will be minded. Then the teachers should just try to be good. You see?
Teachers, be good. Okay, go on.
Just try to be good. Some schools cannot afford CCTV camera to monitor you wherever you go. Just try to be good. You know? Just do the right thing. You're a teacher, a second parent. And for schools also, I feel like this sex education should just be topical.
And that's why we're advocating for child safety clubs in schools, because when we have child safety clubs in schools, you can all, as ambassadors, you can all take care of that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Are you done? Okay, go on.
So if sex education is a subject, all the children that their parents don't have time for them will get it formally. Get the education formally.
Beautiful.
Then for the government, I feel like they should just enforce the enacted laws. After making all the laws, they should enforce it so that the children will feel like they are secured. They have a place in the country.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Let's come to Yazobiora quickly. What's the role of the child parent school? Can you just wrap up?
Okay. In most situations, after the child is abused, the child just keeps to himself and just dies in silence. So, to start from the roots, the child himself should be assertive of should be assertive if the person encounters such a situation. And then after reporting, parents should immediately take quick action and sort the problem out, not just keeping it by the wayside and attending to other things. They should have time for their children, and proactive parenting should be encouraged. Then in schools, the teachers should expose the children to all the changes they should expect, both physically and psychologically. Not just the children just hide it from the children and wait for children to find out that this is what will happen at a certain age. Then to the government, not just enforcing the enacted laws like she said, but what about those who don't have a voice and are too scared to report? The government can also establish hotlines where victims of abuse can report confidentially without being made public. So, and everyone should, if everyone plays their roles effectively, child safety can be ensured.
Beautiful. I mean, no wonder all of you wonder. I mean, please, a round of applause for yourselves. I'm enjoying this conversation. I'm learning so much. No wonder you won. I mean, you're speaking from your heart. Let's come to you finally.
Okay, Ma. See, while I was writing my essay, I came across a website which said that it's not very much possible for a child to prevent his own abuse because he has to know those things. Without knowing those things, he cannot prevent his own abuse. You have to tell the child, if you're abused, you report to this person. But if he's not told, he keeps to himself. And for the parents, most parents don't have time for their children. Maybe their jobs, marriage issues or whatsoever. But I feel they should create that time. Even if it's just one time in a week, that child needs it. Like I was watching a movie one certain time, and the girl, I think she had something to do with her male classmate, and she was trying to tell mom, this is what happened to me in school. And then the woman was like, I'm coming, and then she pushed her aside. And at the end, it resulted to the girl committing abortion.
Oh wow!
So I think the parent should create a platform. Like she said, most parents are very strict. I think you should give your children that energy that if you feel that something is wrong, you should tell me. If you feel that something is wrong, you should tell me. Most mothers want to kill their children at every slightest provocation, which is very wrong. If a child does something wrong, accept, okay, fine, don't do this again. Don't do this. You don't have to give the child marks. So while you're doing that, how do you expect that child to come to you and say, mommy, this is what I'm facing? So I don't think you should try to kill the child. I'm talking to all the mothers out there. You shouldn't kill your child if he or she comes, because my mom doesn't do that. Most of her, she talks to me.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
And then when we go to our schools, school managers, school management, we should talk to them too. We keep on going school, physics, chemistry, biology, blah blah blah. I think we should put in that we should like that's an extracurricular. It's extra. So I think we should put it into practice. We're going to have second at this, and then the next thing you don't see the person. Where is the person to talk? You should invite the person like Mrs. Linda. I think she should be invited to schools to tell them. And this books that was distributed is very nice because when I read it, at first I felt disgusted. But when I found meaning into it,
which of the books did you read?
This one at the back, they were like, use the right words, necessities. Okay. I felt disgusted. I was like, I'll hide this away from my siblings. But then after I thought about it, I said, wait though, if he or she knows the right word for it, I think he can be able to prevent this abuse. And for the government, you know, they sit at the high tables and they don't look at the lower people, the poor masses. Like he said, some people might not have a voice. I think they should like enforce agencies like Mrs. Linda, she's an agency. I think she should be enforced. Agencies should be enforced to go to schools, even local villages. We're talking about the urban areas. What of the ones that happen in the rural areas
that we don't know about?
Okay, how about the at the outside lands? I hear that most girls of my age have gotten married, which is not meant to. Multiple children. These girls are being subjected to a lot of pressure. So while these agencies are being operated,
and our time is over.
Okay.
Because if I allow you, you keep talking and talking and talking. I am so overwhelmed. I must really appreciate all of you for all you've said, and we have a conclusion from this program that you're going back to your school and you're going to be ambassadors, right? You're going to form clubs, child safety clubs. You're not going to be the only one who have this. I mean, you're not just going to be with the information, you're going to spread it. Your will start from your school, right? This message of child safety, spread it in your school. Talk to others about it. Let other children know about it. Let other teenagers know about it. We don't have time. You wanted to say something else?
Yes.
We don't have time again. Okay. Let other children know about it, right?
Yes.
And well, let's see how it goes.
Can I actually add one important thing?
5 seconds.
We always talk about children and adults and parents, community, everybody talking to the children. I feel like also the children should be kind of know that there's something my mother always tells me that do you understand?
Okay.
Most times you need to train yourself, you need to give yourself value.
I said 5 seconds. We are out of time. All right, thank you so much everyone for coming through. And my name is Elma. You're very sweet on radio, TV, social media, sweet and everywhere. We had students Anthony Ifeanyichukwu, who is from Learning Field, who took the first position. Eze Obiora Okukwe from Marist Comprehensive Nteja, who took the second position. Udoye Ifoma from Holy Rosary College, she took the third position. And Okoli Chikaima Stephanie from Rock Foundation GRA, she took the fourth position. And remember, the Preserve Childhood Foundation is being convened by Mrs. Linda Nnodiogu. We are out of time. My name is Oma once again. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much to the teachers who came with the students. God bless you. And thank you so much to Mrs. Linda Nnodiogu. Don't worry, you are part of us. You have your time another day. Okay, so do have a great time, and God bless you. Remember, take the story out there, take the message out there. Child safety, preserving child safety is our collective responsibility in this time and era, and even forevermore. God bless you. Do have a good evening.